You are now entering the Rawrrzone.
From olive-colored skin to chocolate brown, lipsticks and lip gloss should be color-rich, long-lasting, bold, and luscious. Bold and Luscious Cosmetics. Find them at balcosmetics.com. Complete with vitamin E, lanolin, and antioxidants, Bold and Luscious gives you soft, moisturized lips all day. Reds, nudes, pinks, darks, bright. balcosmetics.com. balcosmetics.com.
Your life changes when you realize the goals that scare you the most are worth chasing. Your life changes when you realize that your future self isn't coming to save you, but is waiting for you to start becoming them. Your life changes the moment you decide to change it.
Manny made the beats.
Looking at you grow is just amazing me. You don't even know how much you changing me. And thinking about your first heartbreak, it angers me. I swear to God, I wish that I could take your pain with me. Looking at you grow is just amazing me. You don't even know how much you changing me. And thinking about your first heartbreak, it angers me. I swear to God, I wish that I could take your pain with me. Looking at you right now like wow. Looking at your pretty smile like how. Yeah, I get lucky having you as a child. I swear to God, for you I walk a green mile. I love to watch you learn each and every day. You know I'm next for you to guide you on the way. And you so smart, don't let people tell you different. You beautiful too, and girl, you know you gifted. You know you looking at you grow is just amazing me. You don't even know how much you changing me. And thinking about your first heartbreak, it angers me. I swear to God, I wish that I could take your pain with me. Looking at you grow is just amazing me. You don't even know how much you changing me. And thinking about your first heartbreak, it angers me. I swear to God, I wish that I could take your pain with me. Your daddy loves you to the grave, and that's a fact. You know for you, I set a shirt up off my back. And I know one day I'ma have to give you up. There's somebody that you love and who you trust. But you gon' always be my little baby girl. Since the minute that you came into this world. And you know I'ma always be your ride or die. Don't hesitate to call me each and every time. Looking at you grow is just amazing me. You don't even know how much you changing me. And thinking about your first heartbreak, it angers me. I swear to God, I wish that I could take your pain with me. Looking at you grow is just amazing me. You don't even know how much you changing me. And thinking about your first heartbreak, it angers me. I swear to God, I wish that I could take your pain with me.
Camera like a chopper, shoot you like solo.
Looking at you grow is just amazing me. You don't even know how much you changing me. And thinking about your first heartbreak, it angers me. I swear to God, I wish that I could take your pain with me.
And we are back, humans, dogs, cats, whoever be tuning in. Shout out to y'all. All that love right there. All that love. This is Welcome to the Rawrrzone on our website, www.rawrzoneny.com. On Wednesdays, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Booster 82.3 FM via the Live 365 app, the Village Global Network, and of course our friends over with the Promo God and all of the team. Like, I swear to God, they be holding it down for everyone. And of course, catch us Fridays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Evening Rush Network Radio. We are almost or officially in Get Raw season by the time this comes out. So welcome to Death Row, motherfuckers. It is time to live unapologetically raw and just Be your unique self. Stop worrying about what people think, how they might react. This is 2025. It is our season, so let's make this right. As usual, if you haven't done so already, subscribe, like, follow, all that good shit will follow back. We are heading to the Get Raw birthday bash, June 7th. Why you don't want to pop up, but yes, we are here. Doha Bar and Lounge, come party. If you at the Shaw Rock event earlier that day, come through. Tell them that Katie McD sent you to me, and I got you. Shots all night. We are celebrating my G this year, aka my Angie year, because if you know who Angie is, aka Mama Dukes, she had this legend over here at 33, so we celebrating her as we celebrate my other year around the globe. But if you can't make it to that, the week after, June 14th, we have the Get Raw benefit where we are raising money after a fire that hit my mom's home, with my family home. I now have my mother living with me, which is causing us to shut down the studio for the time being while we figure out her next move. So we want to be able to still bring the quality interviews, quality content, quality things that we help the creatives to advance. And we can only do that and I can't do that without your help. So shout out to Rockview Entertainment and the Shillelagh Tavern for allowing us to have this show. We got dope performances. If you want to donate, you can either hit the Cash App or buy a ticket online. But of course, we are still looking for our performers for our Road to the Give Back. July 26, 2025, we back at Single Hall. We fighting cancer with music. 3 performers will be chosen for our Give Back concert this fall. Email us at ivproductionsnyc@gmail.com or rockviewent@yahoo.com. I need a timer for all of this shit, but at least we got through that. So it's a real deal takeover as we kick off Get Raw season. If you just seen our other interviews, we had Coop Smooth, we had Afro Preacher. Afro Preacher is a fucking samurai. I am not over that. I'm really fucking not. But we here though. We stop number 3. There's probably gonna be more artists after that, but we got hailing from Peoria, Illinois, and making waves far beyond his hometown, Just Eazy, the rising force in the world of hip-hop and R&B. Known for his sharp lyricism, soulful melodies, and authentic storytelling, Just Eazy brings a unique blend of grit and vulnerability to every track, whether he's dropping the motivational anthems like Sink or Swim, or diving deep with heartfelt messages in Letter to My Daughter, or collaborating with industry heavyweights like King Louie or Evo Thasav. He always delivers music with purpose. With each release, Just Eazy continues to build a legacy rooted in resilience, truth, and artistry. Get ready to meet the artist who's not just chasing success, but he's defining the word on his own terms. This is the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Nixon 6 himself, Just Eazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Appreciate that intro.
Listen, man.
You can't put me on record for Nixon 6 though. I am a Pistons fan. Just say that off top. So I like the Knicks though. So that's why I said Nixon 6. I just want to clarify that real fast.
So we converting everyone. You could be in everybody. It's Nixon 6, baby.
Yeah, it is Nixon 6 though. I agree with that. Y'all took a count.
Like fuck the fans for almost trying to get me into a fight with them, but we good though.
No, we all good around here. Yeah, for sure.
Like we need, like, basketball can't be as rowdy as Greek soccer. Like that was damn. So I'm Greek, 100% Greek. I'm not Spanish, even though a lot of people think I am. I am a diehard soccer fan as well as a WWE fan. But in Greece, if you saw it, you remember that promo with Brunson and the one that they did at the E where they kind of predicted.
Yeah, Halliburton. Yep, I seen that. Yeah.
If you thought that was bad in Greece when their team loses or there's a dispute between fans, they're burning fucking stadiums.
So yeah, it do get bad, but
we're not supposed to get on this level of violence.
Yeah, that is different though.
Like Knicks fans are violent, bro. I don't like that. Basketball is dangerous.
Yeah, basketball it is dangerous.
Like I don't know if I want to do that again. I want to go back.
That's the best part about it though. because y'all done make a basketball and like you know, so like the Knicks is like a staple. So
I know it's been like a long time since, from what I learned, right? Because like I said, they're putting me into. I'm not trying to say I'm a huge basketball fan. Why everyone decides to FaceTime me every time I'm recording an interview, I will never fucking understand it. But it's just like you would think the fans, after being out of the loop for so many years to get to this part, you would be a little not violent.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like that's just that nature of basketball. And y'all, like I said, y'all, when the Knicks is good and everybody rolling over there, like it's just good for basketball. So
yeah,
it comes with the territory a little bit. That's how I feel. But I'm not from there, so I don't know. But I feel like that definitely comes with the territory, though.
I can understand that. So for those that don't know who you are, and outside of my my colorful intro for you, tell us who is Just Eazy.
Independent artist, Illinois, like you said, Peoria, Illinois, born and raised. Really just here to continue my journey. I've been at it so long. Started really young, performing at clubs and stuff like that around the area. That people just kind of gravitated towards me. Just took the energy of like me trying. So I just never stopped trying. Honestly, like people get gravitated to me for the energy of kind of like just like never quit, and that inspires people. So that inspires me, honestly.
So I'm not gonna lie, like I try to do a lot of listening as I'm interviewing right away, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
I kind of like to be surprised off the reactions. When watching the video for Letter to My Daughter, it became really cathartic because like my father passed away as a kid, so I didn't get to have all these memories that you see over here. What like inspired you to be that vulnerable to put all of that out in Letter to My Daughter?
Honestly, that part really wasn't easy. No pun intended. It wasn't easy at all because I lost my father young, so I didn't really have a lot of memories with him. So me doing music was like, if you're gonna put it in your music, put it in videos, let your kids have these memories that you kind of don't have. Like so, I feel your struggle on that, not having really like physical stuff to go off of with your dad passing. So I really just wanted to make a memory with my daughter and my kids in general, just something I didn't have with my dad, and I had a great dad. I just don't have a lot of like stuff to like go back and look at. So I wanted this to be like a staple of me being involved in my kid's life. That's why my album is named Micah. That the Letter to My Daughter is on. It's on my son's album. So my daughter's song is on my son's album. I can't lose with that.
Either, especially within the video, right? Were there specific scenes that really like meant the most to you?
Yeah, honestly, that's a good question because it at first it didn't feel that way because we got a lot of footage between home videos. What was that? I'm sorry.
I said we do the good questions here.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. So I got a lot of good footage, and I submitted a lot of good footage of like he said, give me whatever like tug at your heart, kind of in a sense. So I sent a lot of the stuff that like we had like that I didn't post on social media. So a lot of the stuff, like a lot of the scenes of like me like being at home in sweat, just dancing with my daughter, like just like being like real full-time dad mode that we didn't try to get for video purposes. Those probably were my favorite things.
How old is your daughter right now?
6, but she'll be 7 in July, so that's around the corner. So yeah, it's fun being a dad and just watching her grow. And she's probably one of my biggest fans, if not my biggest fan. Like between her and my son, they love my music. She loved the song about her. She like gets embarrassed about like if I play it in front of somebody just because she's like really shy, but she loves to be a part of the process and know that her dad is like thinking about her like along the way.
How do you think, being that she had this reaction now, how do you think as she grows, right? Because we all have like, oh my God, my daddy wrote this for me now,
Right,
right? But
right,
as
right.
she gets older, what do you think she'll take away from this whole experience and knowing that people have seen her, you know, in that way, in the way that you do?
Honestly, I haven't thought about how people will perceive it. It really was like a song for her all the
No, but
way through.
how she's gonna perceive the whole thing? Because if I fell in love with her just by watching this video,
Mhm.
you know, imagine
Oh
the
yeah,
rest of the people that really fell about, you know, and then it's kind of like how, remember how Eminem used to put the videos of Haley, so you
yeah,
grow
right,
up with Haley, so now we're growing
right.
up with your daughter, so now she's gonna grow up and realize, oh my God, these people have been really wanting to watch me grow because my dad just loved me that much.
Yeah, I mean that's a little part that's like kind of like it's confusing because she's like so camera shy, but at the same time she will still love like that. What views are we at? Like, why didn't we put this on your channel? Like she's so curious about like my process, but when I involve her, she'll be like, oh, dad, like. So I think I just want to see her like honestly mature and just see how she soaks it all in during the process because she's been on the stage with me as early as 3 when I did a sneaker fest that I got booked for. So she knows that dad does music. She knows that like it's always going to be something music related, and she soaks it up pretty good now. But I think I really just want to let her like kind of like do her own thing, as in like interpret it, like as in like her being a part of the process. Like, dad, I don't want to be in the videos anymore, or dad, I love being in the videos. But she's so young, she's kind of just likes being a fan of my music, and she being a process of it is like just like a bonus to her. But I would love to see the process of her like figuring it out if she wants to be like a quote unquote Blue Ivy, or if she doesn't want to be like anything besides behind the scenes just being my daughter. Like, that's a good question because I think I would have to ask her that in the long run because you just never know. I want my kids to be able to figure it out on their own and just do their own path. But I think she would want to be a part of the process in the long run.
So if I'm still doing this in like 10, 15 years, which I hope I am, but not like on StreamYard, I want to know what her reactions are.
Oh yeah. I'll definitely start. And like I said, I got some stuff that I recorded with her, like with like the new single. Her and my son love it, but like I got stuff that like they just really like engage in. Like, where were you at for this scene? Where were you at with this? So they are intrigued. Both my kids at this point are intrigued in what I do, but I really just want to like let them get their own path and just like figure it out. And then dad's been here to like kind of like help you along the way. Just whatever you like, I like for you. But I think she will end up being enjoyed like with the part of the process of like me being who I am.
How did the songwriting part of this production, right? How did it differ from the songwriting for Sink or Swim?
This one was totally different because I honestly was just scrolling through beats that I came across, and I would just sit with her, watching her play by herself, and the song was like, I would say about a 10-minute song tops, like writing the whole song.
Wow.
Like, yeah, just watching her play, and it would just like bring me joy. So I really like wrote the song watching her play, like watching me grow and everything like that. It was literally like me like writing as I was watching her play for like 15 minutes. Versus Sink or Swim, I sat on that song for maybe about a year before I even like got into like rotation and getting to working with King Louie. So it was a night and day difference because my emotions, I guess, as a dad, allowed me to write that song in 10 minutes versus I was looking at a business kind of like a transaction with the Sink or Swim.
So even though you weren't heavily focused on audience retention of it, what was the audience feedback on the song?
Oh, it was great. It was great. And I think it was so great because I wasn't focused on audience retention. I was really focused on just like being vulnerable, and I'm not, I guess, used to that. So people reacted to me being vulnerable in a very positive way because I'm really like selective for what. Like I said, my daughter's shy, my son's kind of shy. Like I have a private life, so when I share these things, kind of like, do I want to like be that vulnerable? And that was one of the first songs that I was really able to be like 100% vulnerable on it. I think it was a great response because they just wanted me to, saying be human a little bit, I guess.
Okay. So before we get into like talking more about your music, let's talk more about you, right? So take us back to when Baby Easy was like a kid and just wanted to know, like, what was that moment for you where you were just like, I wanted to do music?
That's a good question because I knew I wanted to do music as early as like single digits. I know I was like at least 9 or 8 when I started like writing music. Just being on the East Bluff with my cousin and being around his friends and they were doing music. I always loved music. So I grew up like listening to blues with my dad, R&B, everything that you could think of besides rap before I even got to rap. So by the time I got to rap, I already had those influences of like early rap. So it was hard to say when I really like to get serious, but if I had to say, it was after like a long time of me just like playing around with music, and I actually got hurt playing basketball and took it up as just a hobby during rehab.
Oh
That's
man,
when I got serious. Yeah.
you know, you because you said basketball and you also look like a promoter. I know that throw a bunch of local like basketball games to raise money for kids. So like for a second you started talking about basketball and it took me back to that interview. I am so sorry.
Oh, I think it was a blessing in disguise. I think everything is a blessing in disguise. But for one, as I say, I'm 6 foot. I don't really stand out. I love basketball. I'm my first love. I just love being an athlete. So I think I took that approach of being an athlete and just applied it to music. Honestly, like I really like strive to be good if I'm gonna have the able body to do it. So me being hurt, yeah, like I just took that same energy and just applied it to music. And that was probably when I was about like 16. I got hurt when I was like 15, 16. So just rehabbing with that, I took it pretty serious after like 16. And by the time I was like 17, I was like getting booked and like promoted and everything in the city.
Have you ever come to notice that hip hop and sports really go together?
Oh no, yeah, no, for sure. Honestly, I was telling about my friend that he was really like into basketball too. We always thought we was going to do like a podcast about like one day. Honestly, we get time, but hip hop and basketball being like so correlated is kind of like scary, especially like in the '90s when like you would call the golden age of hip hop the '90s, and some call the golden age of basketball or sports in the '90s. The Dallas Cowboys, the Chicago Bulls, XYZ. So I've always felt that hip hop, well, music and sports synonymous, but especially hip hop and basketball are definitely synonymous.
So let me ask you a question. If you were to be, your music was to be put in any era of basketball, what time era would it be and for what team?
Oh, I like that. That's a dope question.
I have to learn. So I'm sorry.
All right, like I said, I'm a Pistons fan, so I'm all about team ball, and I kind of grew up in a group. Before I went solo, I was in a group. It was high school popular, XYZ. So I'm always a fan of like team ball. If I had to put my music talent in an era for basketball, I would have to probably say like the early 2000s, and it had to be the Pistons because I'm a Pistons fan for one, and for two, like I'm a big fan of like team ball and like doing whatever works and whatever like pushes the culture forward or the team forward. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. How do you feel like you evolved from that 17-year-old rapping after basketball to the man that we see right now?
A lot. It's been a journey, and that's why I think that music is like just such a blessing to me because it's been. You would have to be here to know, like, because 17, I was getting booked in adult clubs, and I was opening up for artists, and I was like the kid, like the little rapper kid in the city, like, oh, you the one little boy who do music. So between that and just going through my journey as a man and giving that journey through music as a man, it's been different, but I love it because you can grow with me during the process.
So the most I've ever heard of like Illinois, the Chicago Cub, like sports stuff, not and the fact that like Illinois is very rainy, right? What is the Illinois music scene like, and how do you continue to like make yourself stand out and put Illinois on the map?
I think that Peoria scene is so much different than Chicago scene or like the rest of Illinois scene, honestly, where I'm from, because it's just our politics just work different and we don't have some of the resources that the other cities got. But I feel like I'm a staple of a Peoria kid. Like I'm a staple of an East Bluff Hilltop baby. Like if you know me and know my story, you know that I came from background of sports. I feel like I represent Peoria so well that it represents Illinois. Like, and if you know like anything about my story, it's all 100% facts. Like I've never had to like fabricate anything in my story to be like fitting in, and I feel like that's like the true definition of like somebody who like really like standing up for their city and like a pride for their city, because you don't hear nothing outside Chicago and like the sports of Chicago and things like that. But we got our own players, we got our own sports, we got our own like people who like put their map on, and I feel like I'm just doing that same thing with music the same way. Like we got Howard Nathan, Sean Livingston, and people like that putting on for basketball wise. Like I feel like in my own way, I'm just doing the same thing with music, just for Illinois, for Peoria, more specifically.
What has been a highlight that, or the highlight that's catapulted your career as Just Eazy?
As Just Eazy.
Or do you want to go with whatever persona that said, you know, it's solidified to be an artist?
I think I had, because I was known as Be Easy for a long time as a nickname. I adapted that nickname when I was first doing music, and I was first getting booked under clubs and stuff like that under Be Easy. So I feel like, in a sense, it's the same thing with like sports, on how you can have like different jersey numbers, like how Kobe, like 24 is a whole different career than number 8 Kobe. I feel like Be Easy has its certain highlights that Just Eazy doesn't have, and the vice versa. So I feel like the earlier part of my career was really about like being underage, honestly, and getting booked at 21 and up clubs for my buzz. That was like the highlight of like the Just Eazy, start the Be Easy era. But as I got older, when I transitioned to Just Eazy, I think opening up for major artists, and as well as going on tour for myself as an independent artist with my label, that was one of the biggest things that I really tipped my hat on, because you know it's hard to hit the road and get booked for like 9 shows in a row. So that was, I'll probably take my highlight as Just Eazy.
Who is your favorite industry artist or industry person in general to have worked with?
I would have to say, not in order, because it was all business and not like a personal relationship. With King Louie, probably number 1. me and him had a really smooth transaction, and we still in contact. I can hit him up for like trying to get the song played on XYZ or S, you know what I'm saying? Like, so he's cool. That was cool working with him. Skilla Baby, I opened up for Skilla Baby, and I also was a part of like the whole process.
Skilla Baby from Michigan?
Yeah.
Oh, I got it right.
Yeah, I opened up for Skilla Baby maybe like about 2-3 months ago, and we got to get chop it up backstage for not long, but you know, so that was the whole process, like him getting here and me being a part of the booking process of being an open artist and being at the backstage and dealing with the whole camp and how the industry works. That was cool. So Skilla Baby for sure. 3, it probably had to be Shauna. I opened up for Shauna, and I had to chop it up with her for a little bit before she went on stage. And she ended up adding me on Facebook a little bit after that. So we was cool, like not like cool, but like the process of like opening up for her and dealing with that was cool. So I'm about to say like, yeah, Skilla Baby, Shauna, and King Louie.
So before we end up talking about Sink or Swim, because good segue that I caught you. But what is 3 lessons? Because we all have, you know, taken like certain things from working with those people. Mm-hmm. What were like 3 lessons you learned from those experiences?
Honestly, it taught me to be a little bit more professional, just because I think that as independent artists, we think that because we are hungry, we deserve to be put to the forefront when it's really about paying your dues. Like, sometimes that person got more juice than you. You gotta be a little patient, and you gotta be a little like willing to negotiate, I guess, a little bit more. So between the bookings and the contracts and stuff like that, and just learning the professionalism of how things go, that probably was like the most difficult thing to navigate.
How do you define paying dues? Because the one thing I've come to notice, and like you said, there's too much entitlement, especially if you're not there, but you might know somebody, but it's not solidified. So how can an independent, especially nowadays, how do you think an artist is paying their dues?
Honestly, it's so I guess it's so different on my end, because I really look at people who can like I guess go into rooms and negotiate certain things a certain way. So like I feel like a following on social media is cool. You know what I'm saying, getting views on certain platforms is cool. But until you are like fully like winning off of like knowing how to play this game that we call like the music business, then you should come with some little bit of humility, I guess, in a sense. Like, if that person that you're working with is actually like fully like invested into like figuring out the game and have the game figured out, and that's a judgment call on you. Excuse me. That's a judgment call on the artist himself and know who you're working with. But I feel like you gotta come with some humility if that person that you're trying to get in contact with is willing to work with you. And you would know because you reached out to them, they reached out to you. So
okay. So out of 100%, right?
Mm-hmm.
In your opinion, is the industry more about business or is it about the creativity?
I feel like it's always been about business, because that's why you call it the music business. You can't have one without the other. But today's age, I would have to say it's more business than creativity, because you got to be more than just an artist nowadays. You got to be a brand. And my brand manager was really like stressing that to me. just like you said, like, you know how to run a business. You've done different things before. You've been a successful, like, local artist. But, like, what's your brand? And I feel like today's artists, the way music isn't like a tangible good anymore with a CD or a vinyl cassette or anything like that. The way it is with streaming and streaming deals, you have to be bigger than an artist. You have to be a brand. So that's the most difficult thing to navigate nowadays, just learn how to be a brand on top of being an artist.
Okay. So you did bring up King Louie, and you recently just put out a banger, right?
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, define to us, for you, what is Sink or Swim?
Originally, if you want my honest opinion, Sink or Swim was a song that I came up with in the last 20 minutes of my session that I had at the studio, because I just wanted to, like, not waste any time. So I came up with the song. It was totally a different beat, different concept, everything, but the hook was the same. And I ended up talking to my homie, Best Kept, RP Best Kept, an artist from Peoria that I looked up to. He did a lot of work, and he worked with King Louie before I did. So he was the one that asked me, like, hey, this song, like, we should work with King Louie on it. So that's how it kind of became about. Me and King Louie actually did the business, whatever. But I sat on the record just because, like, just stuff that was going on. I sat on the record for a really long time. And Best Kept actually was like, yo, what's up? Like, did you ever put the record out? And that's what kind of made me like, oh, dang, like, I got to put the record out because bro did the alley-oop and I never put it out. So I kind of expedited the process of working with Lucky, who made the beat. I ended up getting with the studio with Lucky for like maybe a week straight to get the beat and get everything finalized. And I ended up laying my verse. And I got Evan involved, I want to say a week after that. So a little bit after a year of holding the song all together, we actually got it like to work. Got it to where it is now. But it was definitely a process because it started with just like layover time in the studio and a concept of like not quitting, I guess. Like, I got 20 minutes left. Like, let's go to work. That's kind of the concept behind Sink or Swim, and it grew into what it is right now.
So I'm gonna ask you to introduce it. We're gonna play the video, then we're gonna talk more about Sink or Swim.
But it's your boy Just Eazy. We about to preview. It's your boy Just Eazy. We about to do Sink or Swim right now, featuring Evo Thasav and King Louie right here on the Rawrrzone. Let's go.
Yo, I love a good promo. So this is Sink or Swim with King Louie, Just Eazy. Just welcome to the Rawrrzone on our website, www.rawrzoneny.com, Pulse 82.3 FM, and of course, the home of the Evening Rush Radio Network. Let's get this shit.
Hustle every day, you need a hustle every day, you hustle every day, you hustle every day, you hustle every day, you need a hustle every day, you either lose or you win. Hustle every day, you either lose or you win. Hustle every day, you either lose or you win. Get your hustle every day, you either lose or you win. Hustle every day, you either lose or you win. Get your money up, not your funny up. Turn your goofy down. You look dumb as fuck. I'm tryna run it up. Stack $100 and another one, and another one. I'm talking honey buns like the bakery. Ain't no faking me, boy, don't play with me. I got your bitch in my DM, she wanna lay with me, but wifey charged her 80K, so that's okay with me. I give a good dick, but she can't stay with me. Back to the block, I get the ballin' like free agency. I let it burn, but I'm the usher, gave him 3rd degree. I'm smoking cookies like I'm burning counting currency. Let's say sharks in the water, you just sink or you swim. Hustle every day, you either lose or you win. Get your money up, yeah. I'm trying to get my money up. I said sharks
up. Yeah, I'm trying to get my money up. I'm a Dr. Draco, I'ma air the crowd out. Live on face, chase him down, have his homie bleeding out. We don't play, bitch, we handing out no space. Free my space, we gon' slide every day. Where you at? Come outside or you gon' play the game today. I be in that gangway, double G's, gritty game, bust the 5, 1500. Can't no niggas snatch my chain. I ain't lame, always in the field, posted with the game. Nigga posted on the game. Nigga Brody caught some name, made block famous. Bitch, we get cake, fuck the 4 of this, we hood rich. Bitch, we hood famous. Throw a block party, Bella bus, got the hood shaking. Tell my brain to track out, tell the burn out, do the air station. I said sharks in the water, either sink or you swim. Hustle every day, you either lose or you win. Get your money up, yeah. I'm trying to get my money up. I said sharks in the water, either sink or you swim. Hustle every day, you either lose or you win. Get your money up, yeah. I'm trying to get my money up. You either lose or you win. Hustle every day, you hustle every day, you either hustle every day, you hustle every day, you either hustle every day, you hustle every day, you either hustle every day, you either lose or you win. Solo.
Yes, sir.
Yo, that show is fire. Ah.
Appreciate y'all. Shout out to the Rawrrzone. Appreciate y'all for everything y'all doing right now. Sing or Swim out right now on all digital platforms.
Yo, I love a good promo. Like, he's got me really hype right now. Like, look at that. I love this professional. The man, like, even backstage when we were talking about it with Katie, like, I really respect that because there's not a lot of people that actually think about their image nowadays. Like, everyone is so caught up on how everything looks as far as, like, the money, the power, all of it. And I still really can't get over what I was saying before. You look like this person that throws a series of basketball games and like has independent artists like perform from all over the world. So I really, Katie, please remind me to connect you with him, please. Like, I really see it. But since we're talking about you and King and Mr. Louie himself, right?
Mm-hmm.
So were y'all battling to see who really brought the harder lyric though?
No, because honestly, like, it was so cool of a process. We didn't like. It was honestly more of a battle between me and Evo Thasav on like the process of that. Because when I approached the song with King Louie, the concept of the hook and everything like that, except for a couple of words, was honestly already put into play. So he kind of just like got the alley-oop just between me and Best Kept knowing each other. And Best Kept vouched for me, and he's like, "Oh, you work for Kept? That's my boy," kind of thing like that. So I threw him the record because it was an easy record to catch because like it's up tempo, it's kind of like club thing. So, and besides a couple of words to you go in do the hook, you can put your own variation on it and kind of do your own thing. So I think me and Evan had more of a lyrical or like approach battle more than anything because King Louie was real professional. He got in and he got the concept of the song and just got like honestly like just was real professional about the feature and just did kind of like the direction that I was going for.
What was the day shooting this video like?
The day is crazy because it wasn't one day. It was honestly it was a couple days. It was we went up there originally to do some work with King Louie because the director was up there that day. I said, "Oh, we might as well just come to you. It's easier that way." And it was actually shot at the same location that he did the BON video, but it wasn't supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
We had some trouble with the original shoot, and everybody was in the Chicago area, so we ended up redirecting the shoot to the BON video shoot originally, and that's where we shot a lot of the original scenes at the GJ Liggers. That's where it was at. So that was really unannounced, and it was really like unexpected because it wasn't the original shoot. And then after that, since it wasn't the original shoot, we couldn't get everything done in one day because it was like King Louie old hood, so we didn't want to like just be there too long, so we got to get in and out. And then we ended up shooting the finalized thing in Peoria. So it was about a week process just to get both. Well, honestly, like probably like 2 week process of getting both scenes done. And then after that, it was a lot of process, just like getting the right things from both locations and what we put it in. But it was fun. It was fun because it was different. It was 2 locations, 2 different scenes, 2 different days. Like, so it was cool to do, like, mix it up a little bit.
So this is your second video I've seen with Solo Vision. So can you discuss your collaboration with the Solo Vision director Jordan Hendricks and how his vision aligned not only with yours for Sink or Swim, but for the song for your daughter?
Yeah, me and Solo been cool. Honestly, his brother, Polo Boy. Shout out to Polo Boy. Polo Boy, he's worked with Lil Yachty, 2 Chainz. He's been in the industry for a long time, and he was honestly one of the first producers that was working on hands-on from Peoria. There was a set of brothers that lived up the block from me. So I used to record with Polo Boy, and then Solo used to just be the guy around the house, just kind of like chilling, talking up the music. So I was knowing him before he was even solo. He was just like Jordan, just sitting around the sessions when we make music. So when he got to doing like music and wanted to be involved with the video or stuff like that, so I was like, oh, I know your brother. So we kind of just chopped it up, and then he's been my main videographer since then because I just knew him before the music, and it was just a mutual thing. And I knew that his brother was like real tied in the music. His brother, like, I want to say his brother just got another song with a plaque on Wiz Khalifa. It was the Cushion Orange Juice too. So I've been knowing his brother before he was even getting placed and stuff like that. And I've been knowing the whole family. So our bond kind of like meshed from his brother's bond that we had prior to that. It was in love ever since.
How did the audience like this one?
The Sink or Swim?
Mm-hmm.
They liked it a lot. I feel like I didn't get to really like put my hands on the record how I wanted to, just because I was in the middle of opening up for Skilla Baby at the same time and trying to get the record clean. I just had a lot going on, but it was a great response for the time that I had to work with, because I really didn't have a lot of time to break the record how I wanted to, between opening up for Skilla Baby and doing a lot of other stuff behind the scenes with the song and just the record in general. And then between me and the other producer, Lucky, getting another one, because we got another song coming out soon. So between all of that, it was just a lot to like really process, but it was cool because.
Why can't you break it still though?
What was that now?
Why can't you break it still? Just because it didn't happen the way you wanted to during the time with Skilla Baby.
Oh yeah, and that's why we're doing stuff like this right now, because it's been about 2 months and the record ain't old. A lot of artists feel like you put out a record for the first month, and if it don't go viral, then you stop working the record. And that's why I'm doing this kind of interview right now, because I want artists to know that, like, no, 2 months for a record ain't old. I did a good run. We've been on pace to push like 14K on YouTube on Solo Vision alone page, and it's not even like counting what we're doing like outside of like YouTube, but we're doing like 14K a month on that. So the record ain't old, and it's not a dead record. So anytime you can push the record in other ways, I really want to be a testament of like, this record ain't whack, this record ain't old, you just ain't pushed it how you need to. So I want to get to the platforms, and I want to get to the people who like this record and show them that like we not done with this record, because we got to stop doing that. Like, good music takes time to get to the people, and you gotta be persistent enough to want to get to the people. And this is just a record like that.
You faced, right? Because we've already spoke about you being Just Eazy and as
Mhm.
the adult in this, and then we spoke about you being Be Easy as an artist. As be like, what has been your biggest challenge in the transition? Because you could tell, like, you probably even lyrically, you probably just went ham on Sink or Swim, as opposed to what Be Easy was.
I feel like honestly, if you feel like, I feel like Just Easy kind of went back to be easy on Sink or Swim because a lot of Just Easy, the records that I've been making under Just Easy, they came after um, a real big high. And I was on tour on my first independent tour, and then after that, my dad passed. So
I'm sorry.
I was under Be Easy a long time. Appreciate that, but I was under Be Easy for a long time, and I was went on tour. I was like, "There's no stopping Be Easy." Like I just went on the independent tour with my whole label, you know what I'm saying, by myself. So after that, and my dad passed, and I was like, "Oh, I'm just, I feel like I'm a different person." So I had to take on a different moniker, I guess. You call me. What's up?
Is the princess?
She's in. She don't want to be in the video now. She just ducked off.
Oh man.
Yeah, she not. Yeah, she not like. That's why I said like she not like she doesn't want entering. But my fault. Can we run that back from the top because she was calling me and didn't know what to do.
You were talking about your transition from being Be Easy, and then you said Be Easy made an appearance in Sink or Swim.
Oh yeah. I want to say that. Yeah, I really Be Easy was. Oh, sorry. She said she looked homeless. She don't want to be. But no, it was really like Be Easy, like was taking over on Sink or Swim because Just Easy was like it's a total different character. I didn't like even have fun doing records like Sink or Swim for a long time. So I feel like it was fun to go back to like that Be Easy era when it was like music was fun and I was looking for like I had like more club records, I guess, as Be Easy versus Just Easy. So going back to that era where I was just having fun with records and trying to get like, you know what I'm saying, like I guess more club vibes, it felt good to go back to that. But the difference is crazy between Just Easy and Be Easy that it just felt good to like, I guess, flirt with both. But everybody who knows me, like, Just Easy was like the more, I guess, dominant one. But it's just good to have both sides on the record.
What is something, now that you've talked about being, both sides of you, what's something you hope that your audience understands about you through your growth and your music?
It's a journey more than anything. I've had people tell me that like my music like helped them get through stuff, or that like I give them. I've heard people say like it's ghetto gospel. I'm not even like making words up or anything like that. I'm not over exaggerating in a sense. So I feel like as long as you inspire by my music in a sense, that's what I'm looking for because that's the goal, honestly, to inspire. Well, my goal at least to inspire people.
Katie said I like that ghetto gospel.
Yeah, I definitely. That was the main thing that kind of like. Hey, I understand that she said that, but yeah, no, that was the main thing that like that really like shook me because I'm like, I don't. If you know me personally, like I've never been the one to like fake the funk with my story. or anything like that. So when they hear me tell these stories about like not the good stuff, like being fucked up, not being on top, like people don't want to like tell that side of their story. Like, oh, I was broke. Oh yeah, 2 years ago, I was broke. I made something happen, but I was broke. And I'm talking about that story. I was sad. And I'm talking about that story. I was mad. I was angry. I was talking about that story. You don't really get those stories. So it's just, I guess people call it refreshing because I'm being vulnerable and I'm not a vulnerable person. So people who aren't vulnerable people feel like they can like, I guess like vicariously live through my lyrics.
What do you want your legacy? Sorry. What do you want your legacy to be? Not only as a musician, but as a human.
As a musician and a human, I guess I want it to be the same. It's just different aspect. I want to inspire people. But with my music, I guess I want to inspire the masses with the blueprint that I leave through my music. But as a human, I want to inspire my kids, you know, because they have to like carry on my legacy as being a part of my lineage. So as long as I can inspire them to be better people as a human, that's all that matters. And they're gonna hear that through my music. Long after I'm gone, you're gonna hear it through my music, the lessons that I gave y'all personally. So I feel like it's one and the same. I'm here to inspire the masses through stories of my personal life and my kids telling the stories to the masses about my personal life.
Do you see yourself venturing into other avenues beyond music? So acting, business, more philanthropy, maybe?
Oh no, for sure, for sure. Honestly, not acting so much. I do love movies, but um, I'm really big on cologne. I'm thinking about launching a cologne line that has, uh, I guess, anything on brand, but a cologne line. I'm really big on like sports and athletes, so uh, in the long run, it might be some sports management kind of thing. But right now, it's really just building a brand on the pillars that we got right now, with just being a hard nose, you know what I'm saying, girl dad, being a former athlete, um, just touching on stuff like that. But
Okay.
cologne is definitely on the way though.
Who would you have representing that cologne? Because, you know, everyone had like Rihanna like representing colognes, Britney. Who's repping the Easy cologne?
I don't know. That's a good question because that's what I'm saying. We got to see what's up right now. Like I feel like the brand, y'all know how we rocking, man. Like if anybody knows who I am, they know what kind of notes I hit. As in on the cologne, I'm really a subtle kind of guy, sweet notes. So we got some smooth player cats around the P. Y'all know who y'all is. We gonna tap in with. We gonna get y'all some free bottles, but it's really for everybody who like laid back, don't want to go to the club, don't want to smell too loud, don't want to smell too robust. You know what I'm saying? It's a really like a sweet player note. So anybody who like really like into like date nights, we gonna have a cologne for you. That's really
Oh, so basically what he's saying is he's gonna have that cologne that girls are gonna like, the ones that like really get them on a guy, and then they're gonna end up pregnant this summer. Got you.
Oh, we not doing that because you can't quote me on that because I don't want anybody to try to blame me on that one. But it's date night. It's date night approved. That's what we're gonna go for. We're gonna go for date night approved. Whatever happens after date night or during date night is on you. But we is gonna go. This cologne will be date night approved.
Ladies,
For sure.
sorry, I'm joking. I'm sorry.
Whatever happens on your date night is between you and your partner. But the cologne will be date night approved for sure.
Send all the child support checks to Just Eazy official.
Hey, matter of fact, buy the album. I got you. If that happens after date night.
Buy the album.
Micah is the album that's out right now. And we got a new project going on right now. We're going to be recording. So, matter of fact, you buy both of those albums personally. You sign some lawsuit stuff. We might have some, buy the cologne. We might have something working out. But yeah, that new project on the way too. Yeah, Growing Old is dope. So yeah, you buy both of those albums. Yeah, we gonna be in it.
See, look at that. I'm getting everyone child support money.
Growing Old is dope. So if you can afford to be in your kid's life or growing up, you buy the album, Growing Old is dope. Cool. We gonna spread that lineage. But yeah, you gotta buy the album Micah first. And then you gotta buy Growing Old is dope when it come out to get that back yourself.
What is the next 6 months looking like for you?
Really get back in the studio. I haven't got to be in the creative process how I want to. It's been more business. So I really want to get back to the creative process. I said Growing Old is dope was a concept that I really didn't even adapt until more recently than not. I had a lot of records laying around that I didn't put on Micah that just felt right. So I really was just getting older and reflecting on like making memories with my kid. Like, yo, you know what? Growing Old, that's dope. That's the new gangster. Like crashing out and gangster. Like, you know, so that's really just gearing up towards making more records to fit the album out. That will be the next album, the next project that I'm working on. But that's really what I'm focused on right now for the next 6 months at least. With Stream Micah though, Micah is out right now. I want to do a couple more videos off of Micah, so we're gonna have wrapping up soon with videos. But yeah, Micah's out right now. Stream that if you ain't heard it. Micah's out on digital platforms, Just Eazy, all digital platforms. Stream it right now because Growing Old is dope and it's coming out soon.
Easy, thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you, Katie, once again for another dope interview. Yo, we went from samurai ninjas to basketball and cologne and all of this good shit. I'm having fun here. I like my comeback. This is great.
No, yeah, I'm always willing to come back for sure. Yeah.
You know, I fucking love this. So, again, tell everyone where they can find you and, again, all the links, all that good shit.
No, yeah, for sure. You can find me at Just Eazy Official on IG. Like my page on Facebook, Just Eazy. Just Eazy on Twitter or X, as you call it. Stream Micah. That's the album that's out right now. Just Eazy, Micah on all digital platforms. Be going crazy. Letters to My Daughter is on there, going crazy. Felt That Way, One Time. Album going nuts. More music on the way. Follow me on all digital platforms.
And that was another enthralling episode of Welcome to the Rawrrzone. Welcome to Get Raw Season 2025. I am your host. I am Ivy.xo_. Remember, if you didn't watch it on our website and you didn't watch it on YouTube, you still got a chance to watch this on Booster 82.3 FM and the Evening Rush Network. And when it eventually does go on podcast stuff, but I'm really gonna find it hard to believe you waited for it to get the podcasting platforms to watch this. That's fucking wild. But remember, you can find us everywhere, www.rawrzonenyc.com, Pulse 82.3 FM, everywhere at Rawrrzone NYC. And of course, if you are going to look us up on the podcasting platforms, look it up under Rawrrzone Media. We're bringing the Gorilla Talk podcast back. You're going to see the premiere of Ivy Speaks within a couple of weeks. So please enjoy the content. We got a whole bunch of things coming up. But as usual, in Rawrrzone fashion, I will leave you guys with these parting words.
I've got one more thing to say, and it'll only take me a second. I've got 2 words that I want you all to remember. They're very important. And if I leave you with anything, I'm going to leave you with these 2 words. And those 2 words are I'm Batman.